What's up guys, I'm Joe. Today I'm talking about the soundtrack for Marvel's Black Panther. So if I've timed this correctly and I've stuck to my schedule, this review is coming out on the day that Black Panther is out. The latest of the Marvel movies, there's like 50,000 of them now, but this is definitely one I'm looking forward to. It looks really cool. There's been a lot of build-up, a lot of excitement for this movie, and then, the excitement grew even more, I think, when this soundtrack was announced, and when it was revealed that Kendrick Lamar would be producing it, writing original music for it, performing on it, getting a bunch of the top dog entertainment people together to be featured on here as well. I was pretty excited when it was announced, but of course I had some concerns. Sometimes soundtracks are just not so great. I was slightly worried about them wanting to produce a more family-friendly album. And, as, a movie that's part of Marvel, which is a part of Disney, I wasn't so sure what the end product was going to be here. But overall, I actually think it's a really great album. It's really enjoyable. And I like the fact that, right off the bat, you could tell that Kendrick had a lot of liberties with this album. He was able to make something that he wanted to make. I know he collaborated with the director quite a bit, and, obviously a bunch of other artists on here. But the Black Panther, kind of intro song on here is not something I expected at all. You're getting a hard-hitting flow from Kendrick. You're getting this kind of eclectic feel, definitely going into those African roots, which is pretty cool. And, that shows up, here and there throughout the album. A song like Seasons comes to mind with some of the refrains on there. But I heard this, kind of first intro song, and, it kind of relieved me a bit, because it shows that, Kendrick was able to make a product that he wanted to make. And while it has a lot of commercial value, obviously, I'm sure it's sold quite a lot, and, it's being used promotionally for the movie and all that kind of stuff. You could tell they wanted to make something that, fans would enjoy of both the movie and, Kendrick and these artists alike. It's something that also speaks to the material. There's references to Black Panther, the comics, the movie in here, as well as nods to African culture with some of the music that's, featured on here. I feel like the only one that really stands out to me as this is like more commercial sounding is the song Pray For Me, featuring The Weeknd. But I actually really enjoy this one. I like Kendrick's verses on here, and I like what The Weeknd does as well. But as far as that commercial aspect goes, this is the one that sort of most feels like it's written for the movie. It definitely feels like a song that could be like, the main character's sort of theme. But overall, like, pretty uplifting with the lyrics and, motivational. And the song has a nice, kind of feel to it, so I do enjoy it. All the Stars, another single, but, another big standout. This song features SZA, and she just really kills it on the hook here. Very catchy chorus going on. One that has just, huge hit potential just because, it really is a good song. And again, it's cool to see, such a good song used for, like, a movie soundtrack. They really went all in on this project. I mean, this could have easily just been a collection of B-sides from Damn or something like that. I just feel like sometimes these kind of projects just don't work out, or there's not a lot of effort put into them. But this, it feels like Kendrick was able to make something pretty great. And, a song like All the Stars really speaks to that. It's a really big song that he maybe could have wanted to use for his own purposes, but, lends itself to this album very well, and I'm sure it will lend itself to the movie very well. King's Dead is probably my favorite one on here. It has a nice hard-hitting beat to it. J-Rock, Kendrick, Future, trading verses. Just a lot of energy to this track, and especially the final verse on here from Kendrick is really great. I guess this is the one that he did towards the end of his performance in the Grammys that I didn't recognize at the time, but the verse is coming from the perspective of the villain in the movie, Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan. Really excited about his role in this. You're hearing a lot of great stuff about how he's one of the better Marvel villains as far as the movies go. So there's a lot of anger coming from Kendrick's verse here, a lot of aggression, just a really great track overall. Another one that hits pretty hard is X, has Schoolboy Q, 2 Chainz, Kendrick's on here as well. Just another one that has a lot of great energy to it and just a very hard-hitting song. Op's another good one actually. It has like a kind of club kind of feel to it. Something, if they're going to use a lot of these tracks in the movies, I could see in like a car chase scene or something like that. It would be pretty cool. Features Vince Staples on here, who had a pretty solid album last year. Another standout for me, Big Shot, features Kendrick and Travis Scott, which is like a pretty anticipated collaboration. And it makes for a pretty good song while it has that kind of modern rap feel to it. It definitely has that sort of eclectic instrumentation that I had mentioned before that, kind of, pokes its head out throughout the album, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, while my expectations weren't through the roof because it is a movie soundtrack, it actually, turned out to be a pretty cool project. Definitely some, big standout songs on here. Stuff I hope to see incorporated in the movie. If not, it makes for like a good soundtrack that's inspired by it. I'm feeling a 4 out of 5 on this one, so let me know what you think of the album in the comments. I'm going to go see the movie this weekend. If you see the movie, let me know what you think as well, though hold off on the spoilers. Thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.